world team.
Edwards.
They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.
Oh, it's on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, baby.
Welcome in, everybody. Timberwolves win. Kind of a boring one. If you're new here, like the stream. If we get to 50 likes, we'll do a ticket giveaway. As you saw on Twitter, maybe I reposted somebody who went to the game with our last giveaway. And we do this every time we get to 50. So, but the Timberwolves win. What was the final score? Let me pull it up here. Let's see. 126 to 112. Kind of a boring game. I'll be honest, that wasn't very fun to watch. I was not having a great time watching that. Not that anything was particularly bad. It's just that there wasn't anything super fun. I mean, we had some really good players tonight. I mean, like Na played really well. Nas played really well. Jaden played really well. But and Dante had some really nice shots at times and just effort plays. But I don't know. This was kind of boring, but I'll take it. Thanks for the tickets. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. You were one of them. And then somebody else, I can't remember. I think it was Caden. Caden was the other one that got to go. But cool. First one in the chat. Steve Lee. I don't know how to say your name. Sorry. I see you all the time, but I'm sorry. No sweat, says Xavier. Popcorn. I can't see what this says, but I'll imagine. I live in North Carolina. I'll be at the next game tomorrow. I'm excited. Oh my gosh. I didn't know you live in North Carolina. That's crazy. Well, that's cool. You get a chance to see them. They're probably getting on the airplane as we speak. So that's good. Can't believe we played the Delaware Bluecoats tonight. Yeah. Honestly though, I expected them to be a little bit better. I mean, they were okay, honestly. They weren't even that bad tonight. After the first quarter, we were winning, and I was like, how? But I mean, Quentin Grimes, he just a couple games ago, he went for 44. Tonight he goes for 30. He was 12 of 18. Oubre, Timberwolves killer, 11 of 19, 24 points. Yabusele, 18 points. I mean, they had an okay night. But then you have players like Drummond who barely did anything. Paul George was 3 of 13, 3 of 11. Walker was a little off. He's a Timberwolves killer normally, but we'll see. Stop with your madness. Yeah, the fourth quarter was fun. But I think at that moment I kind of just knew we were gonna win. It was close when we came out of the third though. Mike hit that buzzer beater, but I don't know. Just didn't. I mean, I think in the back of my head the problem that I have here is that it just doesn't matter. For the 76ers, they need to be one of the 6 worst teams to retain their pick. They have a top 6 protected pick. I think it's going to OKC. I can't remember who it's going to. So they need to be bad. Otherwise, they lose their pick and they're just kind of in shambles. So they need to lose. So in the back of my head, I'm like, there's just no way that in the fourth quarter they're just going to turn it up. And they did not. What did they end up doing in the fourth? I mean, they actually turned up a little bit in the fourth. They had 32 points, but we just had a ton more. So finally bought a Nas Reed towel, so that must have been fun. That would have got him out of his funk, maybe. Where you been hiding? Tycoon, there's going to be more hiding. I got to tell you guys, there's more. I have to submit PTO. I'm so sorry. It's going to happen. Possibly tomorrow. Actually, for almost certainly tomorrow, unless you guys are okay with me streaming 2 or 3 hours after the game. And then this weekend, I'm out of the country, so I can't. Crone with the 5 gifted. Maybe Mark. I could get Mark on there. We'll see. But Mark or Ashwin, maybe. I think Ashwin is halfback. I'm not sure. Crone, though, seriously, thank you. You do too much for us. I appreciate you and everything that you've done. Sponsoring so many giveaways, and giveaways still yet to come. Speaking of which, 50 likes. Remember, 50 likes, we get a giveaway. I'm still pissed we aren't in the play-in. Solo, what are you talking about? I'm still pissed. Oh, I'm still pissed until we're out of the play-in. What you're saying? Yeah. Yeah, I don't wanna be I mean, anywhere 7 through 10, I'm not comfy. Not that I'm not comfortable going up against any seed really, I don't really care necessarily at this moment. I just don't wanna have to be in a situation like if we're the 9 or 10 seed, I don't wanna be in a situation where we have to win 1 game against somebody that's way more desperate and maybe not some team that we care about playing, because those are the games that we're worst at. If we're going against OKC, I mean, obviously we've played well against them this year. Um, I like that better than I like playing in a play-in. So, but we'll see. They're missing like 4 of their starters. Usually we walk through these games and lose. Which I mean, Nick, I think this is where I'm coming from. I felt like the first 3 quarters we were kind of sleepwalking still. Like I did not feel super confident about our ability. Um, I mean, like I knew that the 76ers wanted to lose and we wanted to win. But it just I don't know. It kind of that's why I'm saying it's meh. But that Dante dive was fun, Ragnarok. That was fun. That was a good play. I was kind of hoping Na would do a little bit more with just the layup, but oh well. Aaron Williams. Heard we were looking to get Yabusele at one point. Yeah, we were. We were mentioned in the offseason as somebody that was interested in him. And at the trade deadline to get him. So we've had plenty of interest, and I think he would be helpful for us. Just to have another because I mean we are a big team. Like we have Rudy, we've got Nas, we've got Randall, but just to have one more because everybody else is like Jaden, who's like a twig. Ant, but Ant is different. He's not as tall and long, but Rob always balls out in garbage time. He does, but I think that's probably just because that's where he is development wise. He's just not ready to go up against like the full on, you know, like real starters of other teams. He's just not there yet, which is fair because he's only 20. But um, we'll see. With Rob, I'm just excited to see how the future goes for him. I am still very optimistic about his future. It just might take a couple of years, and it's uncomfortable to wait years instead of just like a couple months or even a couple of weeks or something like that. But he's shown some good stuff this season. So yeah, Butterfly says W. Wolves says Dayon. I don't like that Dilly got. Yeah, it is a little weird, but I'm glad he got some amount of minutes. I guess. I mean, I don't know. He gets to prove something. I don't know. It's something. Oops, I didn't mean to click away. Nicole, is anyone else excited to see what Bones Highland will look like with us? I can't believe it, but I am. Guys, I have to announce this since this happened since our last stream. You guys might have known. I'm kind of a Bones Highland hater. I have to retire from that gig now because he's lighting it up in the Iowa Wolves. And I think he could be maybe a good fit for us. We'll see, though. I mean, he's kind of just like a taller, lankier Rob that's a little slower. But maybe he's taller, actually. I don't even know that he's really that much taller. But I am excited to see him. I'm hopeful that over the next stretch of games, we can maybe get some get some play time for him because he was a Timberwolves killer. So we'll see. Do you think we have a chance? Do we think we had a chance for the 6th? Oh, for sure. I mean, if you look at the standings, I don't know if I can pull them up quickly. Excuse me. Maybe I can pull some up real quickly. I don't know if these will look good, but we can try. Yeah, this is kind of gross. But how do I do this? Is this how I do this? Oh, here. This is helping. Let me share this. Oops, and then it just came up with an ad the minute I shared it. Okay. So here's the standings. Oh my gosh, there's so many things popping up. Here's the standings. And I don't think this is not updated after tonight. We are now 34 and 29. If I'm remembering correctly. I think that's what we are. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember. You guys can correct me. I trust you guys. But and now I can't find the settings in my other app there we go. Yeah, we're 34 and 29. We are currently in 7th, actually. So we're tied right here. Sorry, I can't pull up this app on the computer for some reason. Well, so we're only a half a game back of the Warriors. And realistically, we're only like 3.5 back of the Rockets. So it's certainly possible, Taro. For sure. Sorry, hopefully I'm saying that right. But the Warriors are going to be really good. So we're going to have to stay even with them. or help the Rockets keep losing because the Rockets have already lost 3 in a row. I think they lost again tonight. The Grizzlies have been, falling a little bit. We can make up 5 games. It's just there's only like 20 games to do it. 20, 25 games or something like that. So, a little tricky, but that's cool. Look at that. We're showing off the whatever it's called standings. Not fun, but still a great W. Yeah, it's still good to win for sure. Like Nick was saying earlier, like we lose these games, so it's fantastic to just win this game, even though it wasn't like super fun. I'll take a win. Yeah, I'm hopeful that it just changes over time. We'll see. Too many turnovers with 0 Rudy. Yeah, that is true. Finally took control in the 4th. Yep. Needs to gain 20 pounds of muscle, and that's why it's going to take years. Or at least an off season. But Eric, Eric, with the 5 gifted. Sorry, I'm so far behind. I got to catch up on chat here. I appreciate you as well, Eric. You, Crone. We got a whole crew here. You guys have been way too supportful, but I appreciate it. I do appreciate it, and this goes into all the giveaways that we do. So seriously, I appreciate it. Butterfly brings up a good point. Mike has been playing. Mike tonight has really contributed tonight. He only played 24 minutes and he was a plus 20. And it felt like it. He felt pretty good tonight. Bones Highland sucks, man. We'll see. He's a two-way player, so it's not like we're expecting that much. But I like the flyer of a two-way. There's a reason he's a two-way player. We're not signing him to a regular contract, but stuff can happen. We'll see. I love this team. Been through a lot, new faces and injuries, getting adjusted. Yeah, the thing, honestly, this is something that I don't talk about much because we don't really get a chance to talk about trends or things like that. We talk about the night a lot of the time, and that's what the tier list is kind of focused on, is just like nightly things. But trend-wise with this team, just taking more of like a wide look at the team over the time. We've learned to win a lot of games. Like Nick was talking about earlier, where we just mentioned, like we won this game, and this is a game where we typically don't take it seriously. So this is growth. Winning ugly games is growth. Winning against teams that are bad is growth for us. Because the Timberwolves, even in their worst iterations of a team, like back in the early Wiggins days, or even before the Wiggins days, like they would still play up to the best teams, and we do that still to this day, but it was always the bad teams or mediocre teams that we would lose to. So only teams we have to fight with are going to be the Kings and the Clippers. Yeah, because that's the other thing. The Kings, the Mavs just lost Kyrie, which is really sad right now because he's going to be out for like a year. It's the worst time for this to happen. March is the worst time for injuries because especially something like an Achilles or not an Achilles, but an ACL, well, Achilles too. Any of those things are going to take like 12 months and you're going to be into the next season. And then the rehab's really difficult. Catching up with everybody's really difficult. It's really like a 2-year injury mentally, Physically, he can probably get back on the court next year at some point, but man, it's just tricky. I hope Ant's hand is okay. Yeah, I know. He was grabbing at it way too much tonight. He kind of does that with all of his injuries, so it's hard to really know because, like, I don't know if it's I don't know. I'm not going to try to say anything, but like I don't know. He just does that a lot. We are a game behind the Warriors. Yeah, it's either a game or a game and a half. I think, or it's a half a game or a game. Half a game right now. That the NBA website hadn't updated yet, so we're a half a game behind the Warriors now. Because they're 34 and 28, we're 34 and 29. But they're hot. We need them to cool down because if they could cool down and we could just play our bad teams, I think we should be pretty good for the 6th seed. Or at minimum, even if the Warriors go crazy, if we can just keep the 7 seed and stay in that 7 or 8 realm, I think that's fair. That's okay. Because then we play the 1 of the 2 seed, which right now are the Thunder or the Lakers. And honestly, there's really just not any teams that I'm super concerned about. I'm like trying to think of a team that I'm super concerned about. The Thunder are a concerning team, even though we've beaten them twice. But like they can turn it on. The Lakers, maybe. Just because Luka is so difficult to stop for our team, it's just impossible. The Nuggets, obviously, we beat them, but they're kind of falling off a little bit, but they've been playing decent well. Grizzlies, I'm not worried about. The Rockets would be fun. Maybe I'm almost most worried about the Rockets just because they're kind of like the Grizzlies of a couple years ago that we played in the playoffs. They're just like kind of they're a scrappy team, so that scares me. But in general, I feel pretty good about everything. If you see 17 Frenchies invading Target Center, that's absolutely normal. Hoping to meet y'all fans. Timberwolves Nation France going to the game. Which game are you going to? I will be back in Minnesota in April, but I don't know if I'm going to be going to any games. I'm not 100% certain because I'm dog watching. But we'll see. DD3 continues to be on a 3-point tear. It is, guys, it is so satisfying to watch Dante DiVincenzo play for us because we've wanted this kind of a player that just is like dominating and just chucking from anywhere and making. I mean, he's not like shooting lights out. He only made 4 threes tonight, but like still, the threes he's making are the type of threes that are desperate to have because it just spaces us just right. Because even when Towns was here, mark the Towns counter, but even when Cat was here, he just didn't shoot that many threes. Like he really look at his he probably only averages like 4 or 5 threes a night or something like that. It's really not that many. But like I said many times, this stretch is where standing will fall and others will take place. Standings will fall and others will take places. Yeah, I think so. Wolves, T-Wolves, France, awesome. Yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Bones is okay. I don't know if he's maybe good. Its ceiling is good. In my theory, it should be an easy schedule, but you never know with the Wolves. Yeah, and also you just never know with the NBA. I mean, like realistically, like any of these teams can beat you. I mean, this team kind of sucked tonight, the 76ers. They had a chance. They could have beat us tonight. Like they were playing super physical early on. They definitely could have beat us. But we just got lucky, I guess. I can't pull up the stupid schedule. The Timberwolves app is like dead or something. Oops. Just brought up tickets. Yeah, it's like completely borked or something. There it is. Yeah, so we play our schedule. Hornets tomorrow. Earlier game, by the way. It's a 6 p.m. game Central. 7 on Friday against the Heat. Then we play the Spurs without Wemby. Still could be tricky. Denver, tricky. The Magic, I don't know. Jazz, Pacers, Pelicans, Pacers. Suns again. Oh man, we get another Suns game. That'll be fun. And then the Pistons, who are better than us. Guys, we were rooting for the Pistons just because we wanted them to we just wanted them to have us keep their draft pick, which appears like it's going to happen, by the way. The Pistons are just going to go to the playoffs and maybe not even be in the play-in. They're like 5 games ahead of the play-in or something crazy. I don't know. Look at the standings again. It's nuts. Good for them. But they have a better record than us. So I'll take it. I don't like the Mavs, but I do feel for their fans. Imagine being, dude, there's a lot of fans that I feel sort of bad for. The Mavs won. I mean, I don't because the Mavs guys, they legit were some of the worst fans that we went up against last year. And it's hard to judge because they were the team that we lost against. So, of course, they're going to be more emboldened to be kind of crazy on Twitter and stuff like that. But the things that they were saying and the way they were saying it was just so like hate filled that I don't feel super bad about it. But also this is like just such a unique situation to have happen where Nico just is like imploding the team. And then on top of that, everything that could go wrong is going wrong for them. The Suns, I feel sort of bad for, but realistically, they just suck. Like their GM and they put money in. They try to do a lot of stuff. They've tried to build around Booker several times, and I think decently. I mean, like I think going out and getting KD and Beal, I don't so much agree with, and I didn't agree with at the time, but I agreed with something. Maybe it's Butler, maybe it's somebody else. I think they had the right ideas. It's just that it just didn't work. And they're going to try to retool around him, which I disagree. I don't think they should. I think they need to trade Booker. I just don't know how you retool around him with the pieces that you have. Because you're going to trade Durant and you're not going to get like a ton back for Durant. Like it's really not going to be that much. Um, Beal, you're going to have to attach picks to. So you're going to want to get picks back for Durant, or you're not going to get picks back for Durant. You're just going to get players, and then you're going to have to trade Booker for picks. So I just don't know. But this isn't a Suns podcast. And jammed his thumb. I don't know. It's weird. He's like holding the middle of his hand. It's very strange. Lakers with Luka definitely concern me. Yeah, the Lakers look really good right now. I don't love the idea of playing the Lakers. But I do think in a 7-game series, although I don't love Finch's rotations and stuff that he does during the regular season, I think that he really did have the team prepared for the playoffs last year. I mean, clearly we swept the Suns after being swept by them in the regular season. And then, we win the first 2 games in Denver and then have to come back after being down 3, losing the next 3. Like that's a lot of willpower to come back, and a lot of that's on the players, but I think the coaches are part of that. I don't know. I think if I had to put a poll of like who I'm most worried about, sure. Like I'd say Lakers are definitely up there. Lakers, maybe the Rockets, the Thunder, of course, but I mean the Nuggets could play well. Like I'm not doubting that Jokic could go crazy, or Murray or MPJ or somebody could just go nuts and be on like a hot streak playing us, but I don't know. I feel decent against most teams, even the Lakers. Are the Lakers the team that we're worried about the most? Ah, yes, Matthew, that's a good point. Lakers with the refs scare me, and Jokic always, yeah. The refs, I always forget about that. You have to think about that when you're playing them. No LA, no dubs. Yeah, I don't really want to play the Warriors either. Well, the Warriors would be fun. That would be fun if we got to the 4-5 together. That'd be a fun series. I think that would be fun. But I think it'd be fun to put out the Wonder in the first round. I think it would be fun. I just really get scared about the play-in for some reason with this team. Even though we had one of the best play-in games, one of the first play-in games of all time. But yeah. Be here from the 14th through the 22nd. Jazz, Pacers, Nola, Nola. Nice. Well, everybody go say hello to Timberwolves Nation. The Frenchies. Charlotte, yep, tomorrow night. DDV and Na are supercharger packs. They get this team going. By the way, I love the expression that Na uses a lot. I think he used this last year, and he used this in this interview with Malika last week about like putting in the battery of the back of players or something like that. I don't know. It's just like, that's cool. But I'm concerned about the low key. I'm more concerned about these 2 games tonight and tomorrow than we are about any of these teams. I'm way more concerned about that. No volume. Are you sure about that? I'm concerned about I hear myself. Yeah, I would think you're crazy. It is on you. I was like, I have my own stream up here. Maybe I'm just being petty, but sending Jimmy Butler home in the playoffs. I know. See, that's what I was thinking with them. And also, it'd be like the final coffin. It really would be the final coffin for the Warriors. Like, they're kind of done. They might have like one more year, but like Jimmy's going to get banged up. I mean, Steph is already sometimes getting banged up. Draymond's old and like he's still good, but like he's becoming less of a player. They're kind of moving into a different movement, but I don't know. I wasn't at Charlotte last year. Yeah, but that was at home. The 61 points from Towns or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of teams that would be fun. I mean, it would be really satisfying to beat the Thunder for sure. Beating the Thunder would be so fun because, their fans, although, I mean, I must be honest, the Thunder fans, other than like Trent, that's that Book It With Sports or whatever guy, I think most of their fans are legitimately like 14 or less, like years old. Like, I don't really feel like I can have conversations against those fans, and they're just way too cocky about Shea and everything, because they win a lot of regular season games. So it would feel very good to be like, hey, the Timberwolves are actually better. Like, go back to the drawing board kind of a thing. The Lakers would be super fun to get revenge on Doncic. And then also, I mean, we've got a lot of LeBron haters in the WAD squad, I must admit. Other than Butterfly, we do not have a lot of LeBron fans. Who, as I said that, just scored 50,000 points. But there's just not like a lot of fans here. So that would be fun to beat them. The Nuggets would just be fun to beat them again because seeing some of their Copecast, which is a new channel in our Discord, by the way, Copecast, #Copecast. That was really fun to watch. And just to be able to own them like 2 years in a row would be really fun. I mean, own is like we didn't own them, but we played well against them and stole their souls. The Grizzlies would be fun too because that's like the match. That's like the team that everybody says that we built our team to beat the Nuggets when realistically we built our team to beat the Grizzlies. But Ja was doing crazy stuff and getting injured, which hurt everything. That would be a fun one. The Rockets, we've all said it this whole year, it would be super fun to go against them because we keep talking about how a 7-game series would be awesome between those two teams. I agree. The Warriors, Jimmy, revenge, closing the Warriors dynasty window. I mean, whatever, it's kind of over. Clippers, I do not care about. Kings, I don't care about. Mavs, it doesn't matter anymore because they've traded everybody. The Suns, I need the Suns to play lights out so that we can be 4-5 with them, and then we can dominate them in the playoffs. See, Exhibit A. I hate LeBron. You'll see ESPN talking about him for MVP. He isn't even the best player on his own team. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of the hate that LeBron gets, and I'm not really strong on either side, to be honest with you. Because I do think he does some of that corny stuff that Towns would do at times, but I also think a lot of the things is the media is just propping him up like crazy. And of course, I mean, he is a legend, but like he just gets this, like, I don't even know how to describe this because I haven't really thought about this coming into it, but it's impressive. Yeah, they talk about how old he is all the time. It is impressive what he is doing at 40 years old, no doubt. I mean, so many players tap out after so many players can't do anything after 34. So, can we guard Jokic without Cat? Maybe with Nas. Nas has been okay at times, and Luka Garza was okay last year at times. But I mean, I don't know about a playoff series. I think we'll end up playing the Rockets. If I had to guess right now, write it down, save it, clip it, whatever. If I had to guess where we're going to finish, oh man, I think we're going to finish in the 7th seed. And then we'll have to play in the play-in. Just because I think the Warriors are playing so good that I don't know if we're going to be able to outpace them. Like, I think we'll play at least as good as them or close to, but I don't know if we're going to play better than them. Unless the Rockets just really fall off, which I guess is possible. I don't know. I have a feeling that we're going to end up being the 7 or the 8 seed going into the playoffs. I don't think we're going to get to the 6th seed. I kind of thought we would before. I'm just doubting that now. I also just question this team's seriousness in these next 20 games where we're playing like a light schedule. Tonight was a good sign, but we need more. So I don't know. I would say I think we're going to end up playing the 1 or the 2 seed. Could it be the Thunder? It would be kind of fun, but I don't know. It's not what I'm hoping for, but I think we're probably going to end up being. I think we end up being the. Do I say 8 seed? God, that's crazy. That's crazy to say. I don't know. I think 6 is our ceiling. I think it would be too hard to get above teams. We're 4 or 5 games back. It's possible. It's just that we have to go on such a run. But maybe that starts tonight. I disagree, Cam. Wolves will not be in the play-in 6 seed or better. I hope so. I mean, we're still 3.5 games behind the Rockets, 5 full games behind the Grizzlies. So we need the Rockets or the Warriors to fall to the 7. Oh, that's a lot. It's a lot to ask for. Brandon, the Pythagorean theorem, pajamas. That's his nickname. I'm guessing we'll end up in the 5 or 6 seed, Nick. I hope so. I would love it. Obviously, I mean, that's what I want because I do not want to play in the play-in because I think if we play in the play-in, I would not be surprised if we lost game 1. Also, we just play so much better when we've had rest. Think about it last year. Another thing that I didn't get to really talk about because we talk about nightly stuff all the time is we're gonna do a tier list in a second here, but we're gonna fly through it because I don't really care about it too much tonight. But sorry. Um, when we get rest, Ant plays so much better. I mean, think of him coming off a suspension. He looked amazing. Tonight, he did not look that great. But and in the playoffs last year, the first 2 rounds, we had a lot of like 2 days off in between games. So it's like those games we played really well. Then we went up to the Mavs and we played almost every other day. So we only had 1 day of rest. I think that really threw us off. Now, of course, that's just a maturity thing. You have to be better and like physically ready for that. But I think it greatly affected Ant, and I think it greatly affected when it affects Ant, it affects the whole team. So LMAO, bro. AJ, aren't you like a sub or something? I thought you've been here before. Bro, you guys are first round exits no matter what. How does it feel? You have to tell us what team you're rooting for. I thought you were a Timberwolves fan. I'm crazy. I must be crazy. Or else you are just rage baiting. We need to keep the dumb turnovers to a minimum. And I just don't think I don't know if we've really improved this season. So they said Josh Hart was the cardiologist for scoring 2 points. God. Feels like it always does. Godfrey, welcome. Love having you around, Godfrey. 5th seed to the NBA Finals. Let's get it. Hey, that'd be fun. That'd be crazy. Honestly, is that a good thing or a bad thing if we make the finals with Julius Randle? I mean, lately I've been when he's come back, I've liked him. It wasn't like an amazing night tonight, but it was okay. OKC can clinch home court in about 10 games. They're really only competing with home court in the finals against the Cavs. Yeah. Yeah. Well, OKC they're going to be the 1 seed, right? Like they're 11 games ahead. I thought they were only 5 games ahead for some reason. They're 11 games ahead of the Lakers. So they're going to lock up the West here automatically. And then, I guess the Cavs, but I don't know. The Cavs, I should believe in them. They've looked really good. And some things that they've done this season are like kind of eyebrow raising. And I kind of like their chances in the playoffs, but because they're just so deep, they just have so many people. But we'll see. Anyways, let's do a quick tier list. I don't really care about it this night. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say that, but I just don't. I just don't care about it today. A1, unforgettably good game. If anybody says A1 for anybody, you're banned. Glenn Taylor, unforgettably bad game. Also maybe banned. I don't know if anybody had that out of a game. Meh is just fine. Is like decent, maybe even on the positive side of like the tier list. And then everything else in between, old tier, dynamic, can move up and down. By the way, if you haven't checked out our recent short, D'Angelo Russell, shout out to D'Lo, said that the Timberwolves need him and that they need Towns. That's crazy. That is crazy. Nico Harrison, A1. Dude needs to go to prison for real. Like, what? I legit am starting to wonder if he's like an insider for like the Lakers or an insider for other teams, and he's just like taking money under the table or something. Like, of course, just my opinion, or not even opinion. It's like a conspiracy theory, not real at all. But it has to be, like, with how bad these moves are. Like, that's crazy. But we do not need D'Angelo. I would take him on a minimum. I would definitely take him on a minimum contract. I think he could produce equally to Mike, except Mike doesn't like take a billion shots and miss them, which is why D'Lo is the tier that he is. But I would take him on a minimum for sure. Who does he even play for? He plays for the Nets, right? Yeah, I'm so lost on D'Lo. Nico Harrison needs to be a tier. Yeah, honestly, we can rename it to Nico Harrison. That is crazy. Okay, let's get into it. There's a couple players. We're not going to do Jesse Edwards. We're not going to do Luka Garza. We're not going to do Leonard Miller. Shout out Leonard Miller. He hasn't looked terrible in garbage time recently. Not going to do Josh Minott. Not really going to do Rob. I mean, Rob played well in his 3 minutes. He was 2 of 4. He had 4 points. But it's garbage time. Like, literally garbage time. Clark, I'm just going to put him in meh. He didn't really do. I don't remember anything from this game. He had 3 fouls. He was fine. I have no strong feelings. D'Angelo loves to make himself the topic of conversation. Having a podcast is the least surprising thing. Hey, D'Lo, you should come on Wolves After Dark. We can help you with whatever you want. Not really. Do not come on the show, please. That would be devastating. We'd have to change the tier list. Okay, now let's get to some real names. Terrence Shannon Jr., 10 points. Nope, 10 minutes. Sorry, 2 points. He was a plus 12. Those 2 points were electric, though. I love those 2 points. D'Lo is banned from WAD. I mean, like, am I crazy for wanting to give him a nice? I don't think I can give him a nice, right? That's crazy. I love those, and I think that was kind of like a spark moment where it gave like everybody energy, and I think he was purposely trying to do that. Like, I really liked that moment from him. DJ is awesome. Slow game though. I mean, I actually said when he made that layup that he might be too fast for my aging eyes. Like, I don't. He might be too fast for me to comprehend. He's out of control. Meh, but needs more than 10 minutes. I agree. I think it's meh. We're just gonna do a quick meh tonight. I don't really want to spend too much time on these guys. But I agree. He needs more than 10 minutes, especially because like early in the game, the 76ers were playing so physical and playing fast, and we brought TJ in, and it felt very intentional by Finch to do that, by the way. So I was kind of excited for that, thinking, oh, maybe this is like a moment for Finch to like learn coaching. But yeah, every time I'm watching him drive, it feels like I'm watching college ball. But he's like converting. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I agree, Eric. Meh plus. He's at top of meh. Next up, Nikhil. Nikhil played 27 minutes. Get your grades in for Nikhil Alexander-Walker. 8 of 11 shooting, 3 of 6 from 3. He had 20 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. He was a team high plus 32. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. Well, great for Na. I mean, this was a great game from Na. Like, when we see this kind of production from Na, I'm convinced that we could beat anybody. Because if he's going to play like this, especially if he's going to shoot like that, drive like the way he does, effort plays, all the stuff. I mean, I love this game from Na. But a lot of this is because Ant didn't take as many shots, but it doesn't matter. I mean, he converted on his. He took 11 shots and made 8 of them. He had 20 points on 11 shots. Pretty dang good. Nice cash probably. Cash. We got a lot of cash. I think I could agree. Even though this was a boring game, this is like, what is that guy? There's that guy that does like music reviews, and he says like it's a light 8 or something like that. Like, this is a light cash. This is fine. Like, this was a good cash game, like a decent cash game. I think that's where we are, but it's still cash. I agree. I'd say it's cash. All right. Next up, who are we on? Dante Steven. Yes, Fantano. Thank you, Jake. Is a quality bench player, which is why we're going to keep him cash. I hope we keep him. I don't know how we can keep him, but I hope we do. I don't really care what it takes to keep him. Well, to some degree, I do. Let's see. Dante, get your grades in for Dante. He was 4 of 9. All 4 makes were from 3. 12 points. I think this is like the third 12-point game in a row for him or something. I swear I've said 12 points in a row for him like a million times. He was also plus 12. He had 8 assists, 2 rebounds. Did have 5 fouls. I think a lot of them came early. I'm not 100% certain. But man, he is making some bombs. Like, these shots are awesome. As I said earlier in the show, like, this I love. I'm so in on this kind of a player for the Wolves. This is the Dante that we envisioned coming to the Timberwolves when we traded Cat. This is what we thought. We thought this would be like, pretty average, if not low, contributions from him. this is good because the beginning of the season we weren't getting this. So cash. Dante close to cash, but nice, says Soaring. DVD, nice. Dante becoming my new favorite player. He is really like, and again, he's one of those players where every time he's putting it up now, I'm like, it's going in. Straight cash. Yeah, I mean, guys, I can't lie. It feels a little weird to put him in cash when he only made 4 shots. But like watching the game, if I didn't look at the stats at all, I would have probably said cash. But I think only 4 makes, and he only shot 9 times. I don't know if I can put cash. And the 5 fouls. I think we're gonna put him in nice. We're gonna start with some controversy tonight. Even though like 80% of you guys said cash, I'm gonna put him in nice. I have the power. Antti Kubler. Yes. What I love about DDB, he shoots 3s or layups. Yep, exactly. And it's like, although he did that layup at the end of the game the other day was not great. But no, yeah. Like he just gets it. And the 3s that he's taking, it's just gonna open up the offense so much because if he starts shooting really well like he is right now, like it's just going to be out of this world. Like the spacing that Ant's gonna get, the spacing that Nas is gonna get, Randall even, like I don't know. It's crazy. Lots of those fouls were stopping wide open. That is true. He was doing that. Turns down mid-range constantly. He does. I feel like we saw a little bit of that in the beginning of the season, though. Like him not turning them down and just taking them. Understandable. Yeah. He needs to finish at the rim better. Yeah. 8 assists is crazy, though. That is true. He did have that great play, Dan. That is a really nice play, and that was a really good play. I forgot to mention that. I think it's still nice. We're going to keep him in nice. Because that wasn't really like I don't know. That is true. Drummond has been. How many rebounds did Drummond get tonight? He only got 4 rebounds tonight. No, 7 rebounds. Sorry. That was defensive rebounds. Okay. Next up. Oops, I'm on the other team. Let's do Conley. I mean, like this is such a weird night because everybody had like even production. Like there's not really any one player. There's a couple players that stand out. We'll get to them. But Mike Conley, he was 4-6, 3 of 5 from 3. He had 12 points. He was a plus 20. He had 6 assists, 7 rebounds. Almost had a triple-double from Mike tonight. This is a fantastic Mike game. I mean, I think it's old, but where does old go? Old might go above meh. Right? And he made the half-court shot. That's right. That's crazy. He did lead, by the way, Nick, he did lead the team in assists, but barely, just 1 over Mike Conley. I mean, that's impressive. But Conley, dare I say, is nice tonight. He was nice, but I feel like he has to stay in old, right? So is he above nice or below nice? I don't know. From a team worst to a team best plus minus, Josh. Yeah. Yeah, what was he last game? He was not good. That's all I remember. Old Minnesota Mike was nice. Or old above meh. Yeah. Above nice. Below. Oh my gosh. Immediately, we've got everybody all over. Say above nice. I mean, like, honestly, maybe we should put him above nice tonight. Because he's just had such a rough season. I think I'm down to nice. I don't know. We'll see. I think he's true nice, but the win rounds up. Yeah, I think we can do that. We're gonna just because going back to the beginning of the tier list when the rule was we just based it off of expectations for the player coming in tonight. I mean, our expectations for Mike right now are like the lowest they've ever been of any of the time he's been in the league. So like seeing a night like tonight where he scores 12 points and almost has a triple double, and by almost I mean like was kind of not even close. I think this is pretty good. Great on a curve, baby. We won. So tierflation. There he is. Old above nice. How about it? I like it. Do you think Mike could take a coaching role? Maybe. I don't even know. I mean, I've never heard Mike's opinion on coaching and stuff like that, so I don't really know like what his thoughts are. I mean, he's just such a he's such a nice guy kind of a thing where it's like I, I don't know. I mean, I've just not been in there to have like see what he's like in the locker room and see what he's like in the huddle or stuff like that. But tierflation is a real thing on the night of the State of the Union. How about that? Um, Anyways, Mike, old, above nice. I think that is a proper grade for Bite Bite. Next up, let's do Ant, I guess. Um Anthony Edwards, he was 5 of 11. Uh he was 2 of 6 from 3. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Only played 29 minutes. Had injured his hand a little bit. Didn't look great, honestly. The whole game he just looked slow and like he didn't care. I mean, like he looks like he cares, but it's just I don't know how to describe it. He plays these games against these teams where we all know that it's not necessarily like his favorite to play against these bad teams. And it's just I'm so sick of it. Like I'd almost rather him just sit out if he's not gonna care. I'd much rather see TJ go flying up and down the court and help us win. But also, I mean, Ant was like not that. I'm talking like he was crazy bad tonight. He was fine. He was okay. But I think he's just meh. Jake says meh. Yeah, I agree. I think it's just a meh for Ant tonight. Maybe even like low to mid meh. I don't know. Yeah, it was meh for our standard exactly because we expect a lot more. We expect so much more, but it was fine. Just kind of a, but I am disappointed. I don't want this to be like the thing for him. I understand if he needs to take because like the season is a long season. You know, he's got his bad knees that are going to be bad for his entire career, and I'm not just saying that to like make fun of him. I legitimately mean like he has bad knees that are going to affect his career. Um, and as we saw with the suspension, he comes back and he plays amazing. Like that game against the Suns was like peak, maybe not peak, but like that was playoff Anthony Edwards. Like so. Um, I'm not saying this is acceptable, but I am saying that there are ways that I understand this. So whatever, it's fine. He's meh. Next up, let's do Julius, another kind of mid player today. Maybe that might be swaying the vote too much, but he played 30 minutes. He was 5 of 9, also or 5 of 9, 16 points. Did have 5 turnovers, had 8 rebounds. So 16, 5, 16 and 5, 5 of 9 shooting. He had 2 Julius turnovers. Are you talking about Ant? Ant had some really dumb turnovers tonight, like where he's just dribbling in front of somebody and they just lost it. It's just like, okay. But no, Julius, I think he's maybe he's probably also a meh, but maybe higher. Yeah, I agree, Nick. Meh plus. I think that's more of where I am. Because like with Ant, I didn't think it was a plus. I think it was fine. We'll put Julius at the top of meh. Yeah, we'll put him at the top of meh. I think that makes sense. Oh my god, my hair is too long. I gotta get a haircut. Distracted. He needs to care for all the rest of these teams because they all matter that much more than the rest of the way. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like he needs to care about these games. But also he needs to care about like maintaining his body so that he can be the Ant that we need important games, So we'll see what happens with Ant. But next let's do Jaden. Jaden, 37 minutes. He was 7 of 10 from the field, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks. He did have 4 blocks. I remember them. They were awesome. Only 2 fouls, plus 16. Guys, Jaden's been playing pretty well lately. I am like considering cash for Jaden right now. Yeah, 2 blocks in 1 possession, right? And they were both. Was that against Drummond or was that against? I can't remember who that was against, but it was very satisfying. Whoever it was against. Nicole says cash. He's so reliable. And lately he is. I still don't like trust him, but he's been playing well. Nicer cash, nice plus. Wow, I'm higher than consensus here. This is crazy. I mean, he's just played really well. I don't know. I meant his health. Oh yeah, reliability, health wise, 100%. I mean, he's like literally always in. Has he even missed a game? If this was 2 months ago, this is a cash. I know exactly. If we're keeping it 100% fair, like season throughout, like this is 100% cash. But it's in between. What do we do when we're in between? We go up if we lose, we go down if we lost. I think I'm gonna put him in cash tonight. And then you guys just have to remember this for the next time that I'm slandering Jade. Okay. Next time I'm slandering him, you can say, well, he did give him cash that one night. Anyways. Naz Reid, last player. Get your grades in for Naz Reid. He played 32 minutes. He was 9 of 18, 5 of 10 from 3, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Did have a few turnovers, 3 turnovers. Was a plus 12. But this was a really good Naz Reid game. This was a good Naz Reid game. No, Jaden Nate. Yeah, hey, I gave him cash. Some of you said nice, and I said cash. So remember that. And my wife just texted me and said Jaden cash. So he's cash. Nas is nice. Wait, for a $100 million contract, 17 points is a nice game. Interesting. Yeah. He's cash. He's cash tonight. Nice for Nas. Nicer cash. Cash. Naz Reid. Cash. So he shot better tonight for sure. He still just doesn't feel like he's totally on. Like he feels like he's sort of getting back. He had like a week or so where he was just kind of off for a little bit. Or maybe it wasn't even a full week. Maybe it was just 2 games and it felt like 3 months. But it like I don't know. He came through in important moments for us tonight. I gotta pull up I wonder if I can pull up the what's it called? The quarter by quarter stats here. I feel like he came in clutch for us late. Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, he had 7 points in the third, 8 points in the fourth, 100% from field goals in the fourth as well. Yeah, I mean, he played well for us at late. But I do kind of agree, Soaring. This can't be a cash game for Nas. Like, it was a good game. I think it is just nice, though. Which looks worse tonight because we have old above nice. But I think this was a really, really solid nice game. And the reason I'm not tearflating Nas up to cash is because I don't think he's cash. Like I'm not in between. Like I actually think that I think he's really high on nice, but I think it's nice. I agree. He's held to a higher standard. Exactly. Yep. See, we're coming up with the rules as we play the game here. But that is true. That is true. Cool. And then Gobert, no clue. Apparently, I'm seeing weird burner accounts and whatever people on Twitter saying that he might be back soon. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, I don't know how strongly I really care about that right now because we've been fine to a degree without him. I still want his defensive presence back. And I also don't want him to be like ramping up. This is the same thing with like Towns injuries in the past. I don't want to be ramping up when we're like getting back into like the most important time of the year. It's one thing to rest because you had an injury, but like I don't like the back thing to me scares me because like that could re-aggravate. So it's like you kind of want to take a lot of time, which they have. I don't know. Why was he getting carried to his car in that one Twitter post? What are you talking about? You talking about who are you talking about? You talking about Rudy? I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, we'll see. Rudy might be back. That'll be good. I would like to see Rudy back. I would like to see our full team back again, just so that we can get to a good groove. Play Rudy 22 minutes a game. For real, though. I mean, like, we might only need him for 22 minutes a game. Especially just ramping him back up. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Maybe it was probably like Grok AI or something. Hope everyone at Target Center got home safely. This storm is storming. That's right. You guys are having snow right now, aren't you? I'm lame and I live in Washington now, so I don't experience the snow by choice. Oh, it is storming right now. There's a lot coming down. Woof. Yeah, that's a little rough. Well, that's your guys' problem, not mine. Play Minnesota Mike 15 to 20 minutes. Play Rudy 20 to 25 minutes. I like it. I do miss seeing the Neverminds too, Eric. I do miss that. That was fun. Storm was crazy. Hey, Caden, you made it back. Caden was the other one. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you got to go to the game. Glad it was a good game. I was honestly a little worried that the 76ers might not be the best game to have a giveaway to, but hey, it paid off. It paid off in the end. Okay. Well, there's your tier list. It's a pretty good tier list, even though it was kind of a meh night. I mean, I didn't really feel that strongly about it, to be honest. Like, this was a fine game, but it's pretty boring. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater, but I just found it so boring tonight. But the weather is watch up here for sure. Yeah, sorry. Put it in the Discord. I'm very curious to know what you're talking about. Oh, it's like that bad? Oh my gosh, you guys, that's crazy. Do you remember when Tate from the Rockets jumped extremely hard on Rudy's back? Oh, that's right. Interesting. This also happened a previous season too, where Rudy had somebody jump on his back too, and he was out for, or his rib. It was his ribs. Interesting. Well, we'll see. It's also weird that Minnesota's like, I don't understand why it's so bad, but like Minnesota's injury reporting is so like hush hush. Like we've heard nothing other than Rudy just is like having back spasms, and then it was like he's just having back spasms for weeks now, and we're like, okay, I don't understand, but whatever. Whatever. Cool. Well, guys, schedule coming up here. Okay, so we've already mentioned it earlier. Tomorrow night is an earlier game, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. my time. I'm still working my day job during that. And unfortunately, I accidentally had somebody book one of my photo shoots at exactly when the game is going to end, like 8:30 Central. I do nighttime photo shoots. And those are usually like an hour. So I don't think I'm going to do a stream tomorrow just because it would be like an hour at minimum, maybe even like an hour and a half minimum late for a Hornets game. I don't know. It just like I might not even see, depending on how long the game lasts. If it goes past like 2 hours and 20 minutes, I'm not even going to see the end of the game. So I try to schedule these photo shoots on the days where I don't have them because I have photo shoots almost every day. But I have to. I mean, I can't cancel it, obviously. But and then Friday, I'm going up to Canada. I'm going to be in Vancouver. And on Sunday, I'm still going to be in Vancouver. We need a bat signal for Ashwin. I will be back, I think, for normal stuff next week. I have to check my schedule again because I might have some stuff. But I will be mostly clearing my calendar for the rest of the season. Beyond that, there might be some back-to-backs where I don't do it. It's difficult for me to do that, guys. I got to be honest; it's difficult to do all these streams, and it's kind of like wearing me down at this point in the season. I need load management. I'll update y'all. I'll be present, and I have 4 seats, Nicole. That's awesome. Nicole, if you aren't already in the Discord, join the Discord and send pictures. That would be awesome. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Sorry. That's great. So yeah, guys, I don't know how available I'm going to be for the next week, and I apologize. And this is like the worst time to miss because we're ramping up for the end of the season. So I would appreciate any likes that you guys have. Subscribe, join the Discord. I hope to see you back whenever I'm back. I mean, at the moment, I'm thinking it might not be. Like, there's an outside chance that I could do one of the weekend games if I'm, like, free for some reason, but I don't plan on being free this weekend. Because I'm probably not gonna I'm not gonna because I'm not gonna be able to watch the game. I was thinking it could maybe stream, but I wouldn't be able to sit down and watch a 3-hour game. So, I can't, but go eat some dim sum while you're there. Maybe. I mean, we don't have a ton of food places that we've saved. Do you guys have any suggestions for Vancouver? I've only been there once before, and it was for a photo shoot with a friend, but I haven't really done much. We're going up to, I think it's called Squamish, and we're gonna go on this like gondola ride. Sounds crazy. It's only like $50. I mean, it's kind of expensive. $50 is kind of crazy, but perfect. Thank you, Crone. Yeah, I'm super interested. I actually, guys, I am planning on doing a vlog style video, not necessarily for you guys, but for my family, and I'm going to be just putting it on YouTube. If you guys are interested in that, follow me at YouTube and on my regular social medias and stuff like that. Because I'm hoping to do a blog thing. We'll see. Seafood in Vancouver. But see, I'm already in Seattle, so it's kind of the same, I feel like, right? Maybe not. But I will. We're definitely going to be interested. We're going to try a bunch of places. There's also, I think there's a couple convenience stores that have what they call exotic, but I think it's just like different kind of snacks and drinks that you don't see as much. $50 is 2 dozen eggs. I mean, that is true. Maybe I need to get it. Gerald needs to be selling eggs for us. Gerald, what are you doing? We need Gerald and Emmy to be for real selling eggs for the WAD squad here. Take one. Naz Reid needs to start laying those eggs. Okay, out of context, that makes no sense. You guys gotta join the Discord. I think that's where we're gonna end it. Naz Reid laying eggs. Crone, thank you for the 5 gifted. Eric, thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate you both. You guys do this so often. Seriously, I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know when I'm going to be back. So join the Discord. But I will be back. Even if you don't see me for 3 more games, I will be back at least next week. Probably for the Denver game for sure. So I told you, you got it. The eggs thing. It doesn't make sense. Cool. Well, it was great to see you all. 52 wins, still possible. We got to win a lot of games, but it is still possible. Intro as the outro. I'll see you if they let me back in the country, which at this moment in time, I have no clue if that's going to happen.
I believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win the World Championship.
Edwards.